A rainstorm that paved the way for the dinosaurs. Sounds a little strange, right? But today we're diving into this incredible true story. Just imagine if it started raining one day, and it never stopped. Not for a day, not for a week, not even for a month. We're talking about 2 million years of non-stop rain. And no, this isn't science fiction. This is a real chapter from Earth's history. About 234 million years ago, our planet entered a period when torrential rain fell almost continuously for nearly 2 million years. Scientists call it the Carnian Pluvial episode. And believe it or not, this single event reshaped Earth's landscape and its future forever. So let's travel back to the world before this mega rainstorm. This was the Triassic period. Earth was still recovering from the greatest mass extinction in history, known as the Great Dying. Life was slowly beginning to recover and spread once again. Back then, the continents we know today didn't exist. Almost all the land on Earth was joined together into one enormous supercontinent called Pangaea. Most of it was extremely hot and dry. Imagine a giant desert stretching across the planet. Yes, there were massive monsoons, far more powerful than the ones we experience today. But because of the huge mountain ranges in the middle of Pangaea, many regions stayed permanently dry since the rain simply couldn't reach them. And what about the dinosaurs? Well, they were around, but they were far from the stars of the show. They were small, relatively insignificant animals that played only a minor role in the ecosystem. Think of dog-sized dinosaurs like Styracosaurus, or small meat-eaters such as Bureolestes. To be honest, hardly anyone would have paid much attention to them because the real rulers of the planet were completely different creatures. Large predators like the Rauisuchians dominated the land. Plant-eaters such as Dicynodonts and Rhynchosaurs were everywhere. Along rivers and lakes, crocodile-like reptiles called phytosaurs waited patiently to ambush their prey. So it's clear, this was not yet the age of the dinosaurs. But then, something happened that changed everything. An event that would trigger both massive destruction and the beginning of an entirely new era. And it all started with something scientists call a large igneous province, or LIP for short. So what exactly is a LIP? Think of it as a gigantic region stretching for thousands of miles where enormous volcanic eruptions suddenly begin. Vast amounts of lava, ash, and gases pour out onto the surface. And Earth's history tells us that whenever one of these events happened, it often brought global catastrophe. Here's what happened. Near what is now the west coast of North America, a massive volcanic region known as Pangaea began erupting. These eruptions released enormous amounts of carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere, two powerful greenhouse gases. The result? Global temperatures rose by about 4 to 8 degrees Celsius. This intense global warming supercharged Earth's water cycle. Much more water evaporated from the oceans, and then the rain began. But this wasn't an ordinary rainstorm. This was the Carnian Pluvial episode, a planet-wide deluge that lasted for nearly 2 million years. This non-stop rainfall completely transformed Earth. Dry deserts turned into vast wetlands. Places once covered in endless sand became home to giant lakes, winding rivers, and dense forests. The entire planet looked completely different. So how do scientists know this incredible rainstorm really happened? One major clue is amber, fossilized tree resin. Rocks from this time period contain unusually large amounts of amber, which forms when rainfall greatly exceeds evaporation. Another remarkable piece of evidence comes from the rocks themselves. In some places, millions of years of relentless rain eroded so much soil and rock that Earth's ancient basement rocks, the deepest layers of the crust, became exposed. But this transformation came with a devastating cost. The rain didn't just bring new life, it also triggered a massive extinction event, one that's often called the forgotten mass extinction. Many animals simply couldn't adapt to this new, wet world. Large herbivores like rhynchosaurs and dicynodonts disappeared. But why? For more mind-blowing space science, subscribe to Nebula Theory.